One thing I would say, when I look at those EEOC cases, I'd be like, I know they didn't do that. How you allow one of your managers to grope your employees and you don't do anything about it? I don't care if the employee is male, female. Males could discriminate and harass males just as well as females. So it's your job as a business owner to protect your employees. And if you have people in places that are not doing that, you need to assess your situation.
I've been to myself, just me lately. I don't need a lot. I've been to myself, just me lately. I don't need a lot. No. Just me and the fam, few friends ain't playing. I don't speak a lot, and I can't stop. And I can't stop.
Happy hump day. Louisiana weather, y'all. It's raining. My car says 68. I think it's supposed to get up to 78 today. So that's a little better. How's everybody doing today? Y'all. So I subscribe to the EEOC newsletters, and so every day I get newsletters, I get updates. I go to the Department of Labor every day just to stay abreast of the changes and things that's going on. And they're offering like job assistance to those who are in the hurricane zones, who have been affected by tornadoes and things like that. So if anybody here is looking for employment and you had a job, and because of circumstances beyond your control, if you're unemployed right now, go to dol.gov, and there's a link there that talks about helping you find employment. There are other resources through the Department of Labor as well. So you just have to do your research. And then there were another thing they talked about is companies not making reasonable accommodations for their employees, and they're violating the ADA. So in the situation, you shouldn't pull that off, that's all. So in the situation, I'm sorry, my windshield wiper is raining. One employee was unable to perform the duties of the job. I don't remember the specifics. I'm gonna share it with y'all here. Put it up here. And so cases like this are happening more frequently than not. So if you're a business owner, before you decide to not accommodate your employees, you may want to check, use the Department of Labor as, use the Department of Labor, and go to the EEOC is so very helpful. Let me tell you how I can save businesses a lot of money. If you have an issue involving your employee and you're unsure of how to handle it, ask yourself, so say they have an accommodation that they want you to oblige and you say, no, I'm not going to do it. Before you just outright say no, I would advise you could contact the EEOC. They are so very helpful. They have what they call these Second Tuesday webinars. And they had one yesterday, but I wasn't able to attend. I had signed up for it, but I didn't realize that I had a meeting yesterday, so I couldn't go. I missed it. And they don't record most of them. Some of them they do. But usually the second day where it's just be asking questions, it's kind of like a round table. They don't. But it's so many resources. So for any business out there where something happens involving your employee dealing with the ADA, Title VII, and things like that, the Pregnancy Fairness Act, and you're unsure what to do, reach out to the EEOC. If your employee comes to you with a request and you're not sure, just don't tell them no. Maybe say, look, give me a day or two to reach out to verify. Because sometimes even our rules, even with the rule that you have, sometimes your rules need to be updated based on the changes in the law. So it's just so much easier and less expensive to try to accommodate them to the best of your ability. You know, especially if you got an employee that's been with you a long, long time, and then something happens and they can't perform the job that they've been in, but they can accept maybe a job, it would be considered a demotion. You know, look into that. You know, just tell them, look, give me a couple of days, I'll get back with you and I'll do my research to see how we can accommodate you. Because sometimes not accommodating your employees could cost you hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. And it's just the right thing to do. You know, always in every situation, consider that that person you're assisting could be your family, somebody you love, one of your children, your sister, your brother, your cousin, somebody that you love. So that's the one thing I would say. When I look at those EEOC cases, I would be like, I know they didn't do that. How you allow one of your managers to grope your employees and you don't do anything about it? I don't care if the employee is male, female. Males could discriminate and harass males just as well.
On November 15, 2024, from immediate release, the EEOC News distributed this. EEOC encourages victims and witnesses of harassment at Mariscos, El Puerto, and La Katrina to come forward. Employees should contact federal agency if they may have been subjected to or witnessed harassment. This is in Las Vegas. The U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, EEOC, encourages victims of or witnesses to sexual harassment of female workers and discrimination and or harassment of gay and lesbian workers at Mariscos El Puerto restaurant and La Katrina bar in Las Vegas to come forward and report their experiences to the federal agency in connection with the EEOC's lawsuits against the two companies. On August 24, 2023, the EEOC filed 2 lawsuits in federal court against Mariscos El Puerto Incorporation and La Katrina LLC. One lawsuit alleges egregious sexual harassment of female employees at the restaurant and bar by the owners, managers, and supervisors, including requiring them to engage in sexual activities to maintain their employment. The harassment also included sexual assaults, sexual solicitations, and explicit sexual comments. The second lawsuits filed on the same day against Mariscos El Puerto and La Katrina both alleged that the owners, managers, and supervisors of the restaurant and bar engaged in harassment of gay and lesbian employees, which included physical assaults and offensive slurs. The work environment was so toxic that some employees felt they had no choice but to quit, the EEOC said. The 2 lawsuits are ongoing in a U.S. District Court for the District of Nevada. People who were subjected to or witnessed any conduct similar to the above at either restaurant should contact the EEOC by phone or email. Telephone 213-785-3032, and the email address is listed below. This is unacceptable. Unacceptable.
As females. So it's your job as a business owner to protect your employees. And if you have people in places that are not doing that, you need to assess your situation. That's why I say, you know what? And this is so true, and I learned that more and more. People don't leave, your employees don't leave your business, they leave your managers. Because most companies have the right rules in place, they're just not being followed. A lot of the people in authority are not complying with the rules that you have in place. That's why I love that show that comes on, Undercover Boss, because you get to see the real about the people that's making all the money, that's getting the bonuses that you provide. Yeah. I loved working at Lowe's. When I first got at Lowe's, the manager that we had, you could tell he loved people. He was a Christian man, and he lived in his Christian faith. Because it's one thing to be a Christian, but it's another thing to live a Christian life. Because there is a difference. I'm telling you, there are Christians who are not living a Christian life. They're Christians based on the fact that they attend church, and that's it. That's it. And the pastor we were in revival last week, and he said something so profound. He said, as a Christian, the way you carry yourself at work ought to make your co-workers want to come to God. I was like, you know what? That is so true. That's why I say about shining your light. If your light shine in love and empathy and care for other people, that's God's way of love. But if you combative, everybody, you want to curse out and all that, that's not God's type of love. It's not. So if you ain't serving God, you serving somebody else, y'all. All right, I'll talk to y'all later.